Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Brought to you by Photography as an Art, Harvey Brandman, Master Photographer, located at 1307 North San Fernando Boulevard in Burbank, California. And attorney Ron Irwin's 5150 The Book, and author Larry Buford's book, To the Future, Time Travel, Message in the Catalog, and State Farm agent Carla Green, who says, and like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we are about halfway through Black History Month, and what a good time to see a play, especially a play by renowned playwright August Wolfson. If you have one of his plays right now, Two Trains Running, is happening right now in the 99-seat Matrix Theater down on Melrose Avenue here in Los Angeles. Today we are blessed to have the show producer and a cast member here in the studio with us. Our first guest, who hails from Saginaw, Michigan, her name is Sophina Brown. She's a graduate of the University of Michigan, and she's a working actress. Rolling.
Excuse me, Babs. No.
Lady, you want me to take the bag?
So are you gonna give it to me, or what?
That's never gonna happen.
Welcome, Sophina. Oh, that was some hard work you just did in there. I've learned a lesson. Don't mess with this sister. Don't mess with her.
Funny.
I mean, them legs was pow, pow. I mean, that was. I looked around through. I usually get a video, and when I saw that one, I said, "That's the one."
That's the one. Yeah,
That's the one.
that was before 2 pregnancies. So yeah.
Oh, well. At least you stretch those muscles out.
know?
Okay,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. A couple of questions. Your first Imdb actor's credit was a role you had in a TV series called Strangers with Candy in 2000. Remember that?
I do. Amy Sedaris and Stephen Colbert. Yeah, that was a funny show. It was a great experience to have. First series was a great experience. Yeah.
What was the first time like on a stage like that? On a set?
On a set?
Yes.
Oh, I was taking everything in, just trying to absorb as much as possible because everything was so new. I'd been used to the stage, but it was my very first time on a set. So, and particularly with Amy Sedaris, who is just, you don't get any better than that in terms of a comedic actress. I did a lot of watching and listening.
Good. That's
Yes.
the right attitude. If you've never been there, you don't know anything. A little bit. At least look there. Open the ears, open the mouth.
Exactly.
Indeed. And then, of course, you develop a favorite place on the set. What's your favorite place on the set?
Oh, wow. My favorite place on the set, it changes depending on what the set is, but I do like to be behind the monitors. I do like to hear, what's happening between the director and the DP and to hear exactly what their vision is and how they're executing it. So I like to listen.
Yeah, you like to listen?
I do.
Good to listen. I call it list 10. Good to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
Ask me that same question.
What's your favorite place on the set?
Where to keep the food at.
Craft service.
Craft
That's
service.
true.
Gotta go over there, get me a little bone. When I was an actor, not an actor, I was an extra in Harlem Nights. Eddie Murphy fed us well.
Oh.
He fed us well. I mean, we had ribs, we had collard greens, neck, you know.
Oh, that's
This
deeper
is-
than craft, than craft service. That's on another
That was
level.
Ed Murphy. He took care of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Harlem Nights loved it. Every time I see it, I said, that's me, that's me.
Yes, classic.
Yeah,
man,
that was
that's
my
great.
one of my few experiences, but it taught me a lot. First of all, you need to see what this business is all about. It's about ego. It's about professionalism. It's about going to school. You went to school. Our next guest, he went to school. We all went to school to learn something.
Yeah.
And now you're the actor or actress. It's on you. You had a lot of different roles since then. Roles like the TV series called Shark. You stayed in that one for 32 episodes.
Yeah, that was my.
Wow.
That was the first pilot that I shot that actually got picked up to series, and so not only was it a highlight of my career, but also a highlight of my personal life because that's where I started dating my husband. So that was a perk.
An actor.
Perk.
An actor.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
It was wonderful.
Excellent. You currently have 26, about 30 credits. Not bad.
No.
Not bad. That's working it.
Yeah.
You get those experiences out there. You are now engaged in a process of producing all 10 of Wolfson's American Center cycle in LA. Can you tell us first of all, what is the cycle about? What is that about?
Well, August Wolfson, his American Century Cycle is a 10-play canon, and he wrote a play for every decade of the 20th century, and which is a feat that has never been done. The majority of the plays take place in Pittsburgh, all except for one, which is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, takes place in Chicago. But he wrote this amazing canon of work which elevates the ordinary to extraordinary in terms of the people that he knew and grew up with, and Black people in our history in general and specifically.
Excellent. This is why we say to our parents, please take your daughters, your sons, go to a play. You go to a movie all the time, go try a play.
Absolutely.
It's a marvelous experience.
You can't beat it.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
I have some words for the second guest because he was on that stage. He made that stage just come alive.
Didn't he?
Come alive. Come
Didn't he?
alive. And so did the rest of the cast.
That's
It was
right.
a marvelous cast. Marvelous.
They're incredible.
It's obvious that you love doing stage.
Yes, I do.
And what caused you to want to do his plays, Mr. Wolfson, his plays, and not someone else?
Part of why I was drawn to August Wolfson is because I believe that, I just said this actually a couple days ago, I really believe that his work has unparalleled potential for healing and transformation, not only for the Black community, but for the country. Race is such
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere,
Yes.
and it is in the very fabric of America.
Yes.
I mean, it has played such a central key role in our nation's history, and he doesn't shy away from it. He doesn't shy away from the struggle. He doesn't shy away from the pain, and he also doesn't shy away from the hope. And so that is why I think it's extremely important to always keep his work at the forefront.
Thank you, thank you. I'm a teacher over the school here in town at Santa Monica College, and I tell my students about the isms. There are 3 isms: sexism, ageism, and racism.
That's right.
You face these every day. I mean, when you get out of your house and go out there in the real world, here comes ism.
There's an ism.
All over the place.
Yep.
All over the place, yes. What was your first Wolfson production?
My first Wolfson production was King Hedley II, which is the play that takes place in the 80s. And it was a wonderful experience. I had the same director, Michelle Shea, as with Two Trains Running. And it was actually at the Matrix Theater as well. And again, a wonderful cast and a wonderful, wonderful, timely play for when we did it.
Got you. Understand you got a lot of nominations and a couple of trophies?
Yeah, we did. We got multiple Ovation Award nominations, Stage Draw nominations, and LADCC
Wow, Ovation.
nominations.
That's nice.
And Ella Joyce took home Best Featured Actress, and Adolphus Ward, who's also in this current production, took home Best Featured Actor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ella Joyce, good people.
Oh
Good
yeah,
people.
she's wonderful.
The name Two Trains Running, what does that mean?
Two Trains Running, well, there's a quote by August Wolfson that talks about, you got 2 trains, life or death, right? But in the context of this play, that is true. There's life and death. I mean, there's an actual personification of death in one of the characters in the play. But there are a lot of two trains, metaphorically, in this play. You have the two trains of Malcolm and Martin. You have the two trains of love, and Holloway talks about love and death. It's actually a really beautiful quote that he talks about, death will find you, but love is something you have to go out and look for, know.
Ouch.
Yeah. But there are a lot of two trains in terms of like that metaphor, kind of what it represents in this play. There's Aunt Esther and Prophet Samuel, and those two things. There's specific things in this piece where you go, oh, two trains right there, two trains right there. You have Memphis and Hambone, who seemingly seem like they're two completely different trains, but when you watch this production, you realize Hambone and Memphis are saying the exact same thing. So
amazing. I have something very similar. I call it the train of life. As you go through life, you get on the train, and you go and you do different things. Sometimes you jump off the train, do something else, but then jump back on the train again. I use that because I was born and raised in Harlem, in New York City, and there's a lot of brothers and sisters up there. And I joined the Navy, and then I got off the train. I would have got another train.
Yep.
That was called a Navy.
Yep.
But then I jump off that train, try to go back to Harlem to see how I can see my friends. And it just carried me through life. And just life, that's the way life is. Nice. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much. How did you get this job of being a producer?
I hired myself. I hired myself. No, I just, you know what? I said, I can't wait for anybody to give me this opportunity. I have to go out and figure it out and find it and do it for myself. Because a lot of times, as an actor, you wait for the phone to ring.
This is true.
Whether it's a casting director, an agent, whatever, you wait for the phone to ring. And August Wilson's plays are so important and impactful to me and for me that I knew that I had to pursue this and create the opportunity as opposed to waiting for it to come.
Personal thoughts about Mr. Wolfson?
Indebted to him. I am grateful to August Wilson for what he gave us as a people, what he gave us as actors. We actually can look at this canon, and this can fill in what our history classes didn't tell us about our people. There is a dignity that he has given the Black experience. There is a value that he's given the way that we talk with each other, our sense of community, the way we love one another and support one another, that is unparalleled. You can't find that in too many places. And so I'm extremely grateful for his poetry, for his wisdom, and for the love that he had for us.
Have you ever met him?
I never met him. No.
Two different trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. What's going to be your third production?
I don't know. I don't know yet. And that's only because August Wilson is so in demand right now that getting the rights to produce these is a little bit more difficult at the moment, particularly in Los Angeles, because there are revivals happening all the time in New York. There's the West End as well, which produces his plays. They go up in London, and because LA is such a visible market, they want to make sure that there isn't any crossover and competition in a way, and also because of what Denzel Washington is doing with the films and HBO, I kind of have to request rights and then just hope and pray that I get them. But sometimes I've been denied. Like, it was originally intended for me to do 7 guitars before I did 2 Trains Running, but 7 guitars, that title wasn't available.
So you're not staying in sequence?
No,
okay.
no. Yeah.
Any chance of asking Denzel to do a play for you?
Yes, I would love that. However, gosh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, because why not dream big? I'm not going to put God in a box. So yes, I'm going to say yes. That would be wonderful to collaborate.
So if God's behind you and everybody's with you and supporting you and your group, you're going to complete all 10 of those plays.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I hope that happens. Definitely, definitely. Now, do you have time to do film or do some work as an actress during this time?
Yeah. So right now, I'm in the waiting game. Of the last acting role that I had was actually a pilot for TBS. It's Lena Waithe's latest comedic pilot, 20s. And so, you shoot the pilot and then you just you wait and see if it's going to get picked up or not. But I was extremely excited to work with her. First Black woman to win an Emmy for comedy writing. I mean, she's exquisite. All the work that she's doing is incredible. So I was really fortunate to just finish that.
Got you.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's something about actors and actresses that I love so dear. Your group of people who found something in life you wanted to do, and nothing is better than that. Nothing stops you from doing it. No. There are days when a check doesn't come, but I'm going to be an actor, and I'm going to do that role, and I'm going to get, don't get me started. I'm getting on my Bible right now. I'm going to say today's Monday and get off my Bible. I love what you actors and actresses do. Love it. What kind of feedback have you gotten, Sophina, from the critics since you started this job?
It's been absolutely incredible. I mean, it's almost like I have to pinch myself and say, did I write this? Because it's like what I've dreamt. The words, the language that the reviewers have been using to describe their experience is in line with everything that I dreamt and hoped that this would be. So, it's been so fulfilling and so almost shocking, that that exactly what your heart is being articulated on paper,
So the feedback, I've been reading some of the reviews, very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Strong, good words that get people. I see over the weekend you gave people a chance to get in there for free.
And the opening?
Yeah, the opening night.
Oh,
that was nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was sitting there, and this guy was sitting next to me, and I looked at him, I said, God, he looks familiar. It was Mr. Bailey of Earth, Wind, and Fire. I said, you know what, excuse me, sir. I said, did anyone ever tell you look like Phil Bailey? He said, I am Phil Bailey.
Can I just tell you, I lost all my dignity when I met him. It's Prince and Earth, Wind, and Fire for me. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And so when I can't even talk about it right now. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know if I can look him in the eye. It's just that talent right there. Yeah. Ooh, my goodness. And that's the soundtrack, for me of life.
Nice fella. Had a nice conversation.
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Hattie Winston was sitting right behind me and her husband, Mr. Wheeler. They were sitting there together. I looked around. There were a lot of actors. Billy Brown was there. A lot of people were there. Just a real nice event. Yeah. And as you listen to the conversation going on back and forth, they liked it, that play.
Oh, yeah.
They not liked it. They liked it. It was there.
And Al White was there, who originated the role of Memphis.
That's right.
That was a treat,
Ma'am.
So I just,
Yeah.
I was extremely happy.
And please say hi to Lucy Pollock, your publicist.
Isn't she wonderful?
She's marvelous. I've known her for years. Great lady.
She's gone above and beyond.
Indeed.
Definitely. Yeah.
What's the hardest part of your job?
As a producer?
As the producer, show producer.
I can say that probably the hardest part for me as a producer are all the things that aren't creative.
Such as?
The day-to-day business, the organizational and administrative aspects of certain things, the dotting of I's and the crossing of T's isn't where my passion is. So it's almost, I want to be in the theater watching the play and experience. I watch this play probably too much, but every single time I just get so pulled in by the work that's being done. And so I always want to experience it in the house, during rehearsals and everything like that. But I have to sometimes be out, making certain phone calls, following up on emails, just the business side of things is harder for me just because it's necessary and it's absolutely beneficial and essential. However, my heart is a creative. I just...
Excellent.
Yeah, I want to be in with the actors experiencing that.
Because as an actress yourself, you're probably going to learn. You're learning a lot of stuff from a different direction.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, there's bowls. There's real food in those bowls.
There are real food. That is, you know what? And I can't remember now. If you remember, let me know. I can't remember who came up with the brilliant idea to use that cereal. Actually, that they're eating. It's not beans, but it looks just like beans when they pull it up. I mean, it looks like black-eyed peas. It looks like it looks like beans. And I can't remember. I think it might have been our set designer John Iacovelli's idea to say, yeah, put some cereal in the bowls, and it'll probably what is it? It's like sugar snaps.
Right.
Yeah, but it's all real food.
Okay.
We just couldn't have real beans because that's a lot of beans.
Oh, yes,
That's
a lot of beans. Beans, good and hot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the next line. Information for those people out there that want to come. You're going to shut down this run on what, March 3rd. So what presentations are going on? What days are the show going on?
So we run for the next 3 weekends, Thursday through Sunday. We have evening performances Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. And we have Saturday and Sunday matinees, 2 p.m.
2 p.m. How can I get tickets?
You can get tickets through eventbrite.com. And just type in the search, August Wilson's 2 Trains Running. Okay.
Does it look like maybe you might give us a 1 week extension, maybe, possibly?
We'll see. Okay.
Okay.
But these actors, they're so busy.
I know.
So
they've got their own schedules.
Yeah, we already, we have actors that are on series and they have to get back to shooting. So,
yeah. I thank you very much for stopping by today.
Thank you.
I have something for you. May I have your right hand, please?
Yes.
Your right hand? Thank you. This is my trademark. I always give people a silver dollar.
Oh, my goodness.
Broke you off. I always have a silver dollar.
Wow.
And when I'm added for the ladies, I always like to give the ladies a couple of roses to say thank you so much for joining us.
It's
a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We'll see you the next time around. God bless you.
God bless you.
Take on, keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Come see you again. Okay, we're going to take a break. Got to take care of some business. The studio of Harvey Brandman Photography of Art is proud to offer you a $100 discount off any photo package valued at $300 or more. Now, Harvey's been in the business for nearly a quarter of a century, and he certainly knows how to take care of his customers. So please give him a call today at 818-954-9294. That's 818-954-9294. You'll be glad you did. And by the way, please tell Harvey that you heard about his offer right here on The Actor's Choice. 5150 The Book is the latest release from author and attorney Ron Irwin. As a young Marine, Irwin spent 13 months in Chu Lai Republic of Vietnam. His experience, where nearly 3 million Americans went to war, was, as he puts it, 5150. The book is currently available in paperback at lulu.com. That's lulu.com. And Irwin says he'll give 20% of net book sales split evenly between the veterans of foreign wars and Vietnam veterans of America. Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. It's a new book by author Larry Buford. It's a historical and faith-based account of how what we do and follow today will affect us tomorrow. The author also calls it an adventure for those who want to travel back through time. The book is now available in paperback for only $17.95 at Amazon. So please get your copy today. And now a word from State Farm agent Carla Green.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle? A combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them, but a State Farm agent sees so much more. Because the State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Let me help you with that. Give me a call. State Farm agent Carla Green, 213-239-9675. I look forward to speaking with you.
Thanks, Carl. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. For more information, call 213-239-9675. That's 213-239-9675. Attention all Marvin Gaye fans. We have been told by the U.S. Postal Service that the legendary Motown singer's postage stamp will be unveiled on Tuesday, April the 2nd. That's Tuesday, April the 2nd, right here in Los Angeles. Now, that would have been his 80th birthday, So we don't have the time or location yet, but just as soon as we get that information, we'll pass it on to all of those fans. Marvin Gaye, the Prince of Motown, will get a U.S. postal stamp on Tuesday, April 2nd. Yeah. And finally, if you have a product or service or upcoming event that you'd like to see advertised on this program, please call 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Our prices are very affordable. Thank you. And this is the Actor's Choice.
You got a plan or something? What we need a plan for? Come break my girl. Come on. I wish I did rape her.
It's done. I didn't expect any of this.
Jewel of our peers.
That was just a short clip of our second guest, who is also a cast member. Veteran actor and producer Dorian Missick comes from East Orange, New Jersey. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
I'm from Harlem myself.
Okay. All right.
If I want to say across 110th Street, definitely. He studied acting at Michael Howard Studios in New York City. He also had special training at New York City from Sheila Gray. He also has 76 credits. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome award-winning veteran actor and producer Dorian Missick.
Hey.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Hey, look here, I got to ask you a couple of questions real quick before I forget about it.
Okay.
Number one, how did you feel when you found out that you got that job?
Oh, it was the greatest feeling ever. Yeah, I'm a big August Wilson fan, and I'm also on a television show called Tell Me a Story on CBS All Access, and it was my last day of shooting the television show when I got the phone call or the email about this play. And so it was like, you know, when one job ends, you're like, well, what am I going to do next?
Right.
And literally on my last day of work, I get this email and asked me if I wanted to come to California and do this play.
Wow.
And I almost ran straight from set to Los Angeles.
We are happy to have you here. And the rest of the cast. I mean, it was a great, great movie, a lot of inspiration, a fantastic movie that people need to go and see this play.
Indeed.
You'll see something.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you're concerned, when I had the pleasure of attending this, I saw you. They gave the role was made for you, sir.
Oh.
Tall, lean, lanky, streetwise, straight out of jail. Not that that means that all my brothers coming out of jail. But you play that role magnificent. And what's that up on top of your head, sir?
That's you know, I always got to always got to have my sky.
Have a sky.
You know.
Right on, right on. You was looking great in that. Had
Thank
that
you,
record
sir.
cocked.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Appreciate that.
Really, really enjoyed you. When they chose you, they really chose the right person. Now, as you know, we see and hear many folks here in the city. They come here to get into film or get into television. They don't want to get into stage. How you feel about that?
You know, to each his own, but everyone has their own journey. I know I wouldn't be the actor that I am if it wasn't for the stage.
Yes.
So that's where I started, and that's where I continue. That's where I will continue to be for the rest of my career. Most of the actors that I respect the most, that's usually a part of their background. But you know, that's not to say you can't become an actor otherwise. But I couldn't see it for myself. It's like being a musician and not studying classical music. You know, you can do it.
Right, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I look back in your bio, I noticed that you had your first Imdb actor credit in 1990 in a small television series, a small TV show called In the Heat of the Night.
Yeah, it was a little show.
Little show, little show, yeah. Now that role I believe you were just a police officer or something?
No, I was 13 years old.
Oh, no, you couldn't be a police
Yeah, I
officer.
wasn't even, not even.
13 years old?
Not even 13. Was I 13? I was 12.
Wow.
12 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it aired when I was 13, but I was 12 years old when I shot that. Yes.
Ron, read your stuff. It said played a young fisherman. I
Right.
read that.
Yeah, that's what that was. The character didn't even have a name. Only had one scene, but
One
he was
scene.
called Young Fisherman.
Wow.
Yeah.
from that first time doing that in front of a camera, being on the set, being with other actors, what did that mean to you?
That was it was a great experience. I mean, I had been doing plays and things from that point on, and earlier before that, working with a lot of seasoned actors, and so a lot of actors took me under their wing because when you're a young kid and you're very anxious to do something, a lot of times people kind of gravitate towards you, and so I'd had a lot of mentors kind of around me at that point. So when I got on that show, I was a cocky little kid.
Go ahead.
So I felt like I belonged
You from
there.
Jersey? It's probably
Right.
cocky.
I was wondering why it wasn't my show. So it was. I wasn't smart enough to have nerves yet.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Wow. Well, you definitely. Let me see. Other roles that you had included 6 Degrees from 2006 to 2007, 13 episodes. The Cape. 10 episodes. That was in 2011, another TV series. Lennox Avenue. Boy, and you had 8 episodes on that one. What a name, Lennox Avenue.
Right, and it's all about Harlem. It was all about
What about
your neck of the woods.
Yes, indeed. Everybody want to say across 110th.
You know exactly what it was.
Indeed. Wow. All the Children Are Insane is in pre-production right now
Right.
for you. Can you give us a little hint on what that's about?
It's a family drama. It's kind of a thriller.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be something that people will really enjoy.
Okay, and we will get this. Give us the name of that film again.
That's called All the Children Are Insane.
All the Children Are Insane.
Yeah, but I have 2 films coming out this year that will be in the theaters this year.
Yes.
One of them is the Brian Banks story, which is the true story about Brian Banks, the football player who was wrongly convicted of rape, got out of jail, and then ended up making it to the NFL. So that film comes out in August. And then I have another film called Monster, which is about a kid being sent through the New York prison system and that whole process.
Okay.
And that's with myself and Jeffrey Wright and Jennifer Hudson. And
Jennifer Hudson.
yeah, it's a wonderful
Please tell her I
piece that
said
comes
hi,
out later
please.
this year. I will definitely tell her
And do
that.
me a
I will
favor.
send her your love.
Please do. Show her the silver dollar. She knows me.
Okay.
I remember at the time she had won her Academy Award.
Wow.
And I was backstage. I was one of the few black pressmen that were there.
And you gave her
a
a silver dollar that day?
Say, girl, good luck to you.
Right on.
God bless you and good luck to you. Over the years, you've had some very interesting roles. What kind of roles do you faithfully?
That question changes depending on what's going on in my life.
Come on.
If I'm feeling like I just came off a project that might have been very heavy.
Yes.
I might be looking to just do something light and fun.
Yes.
It just kind of depends. But the one thing that determines everything that I do is just the script. If I like the story, if I feel like the people are being portrayed in a dignified manner,
Yes.
then I usually gravitate towards that.
Got you. God bless you with a lot of talents. He also gave you a gift. That voice of yours is too much.
Thank you.
Too much. Do you do voiceovers?
I do. Yes, not as much as I'd like to, but I do it. So yeah, if you're hiring.
Indeed. Great voice you got.
Thanks.
Great voice. When did you make your LA theater debut?
This is my theater debut in a full production.
Wow.
This piece is. I felt like if I was going to do it, I was going to do it big.
Okay.
So this is it. I directed a piece a few years ago, but I wasn't on stage
You weren't
in
on
that.
stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my first time actually stepping up on the boards.
Wow.
For people to see and critique and enjoy.
Yes. So you're moving back and forth, coast to coast, huh?
Yes. Yeah, mostly in New York right now, but we're trying to make our way back here. But we're here all the time, my wife and I.
When you going back to New York?
No time soon. Not till that snow melts.
Reason I asked that, reason I asked is because I give good luggage.
Already.
It doesn't matter to carry your luggage, but I'd be glad to take it back.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind, brother.
Keep that in mind. Indeed. Your character in this play, tell us his name and what does he do?
The character I play is Sterling Johnson.
Sterling Johnson.
Yes, and he's 5 days fresh. 1 week fresh out of the penitentiary after spending 5 years. And he's just a brother trying to get his life together, trying to find his way in this world.
Okay.
He's a guy who's very ambitious. He has a lot of ideas about what he wants out of the world, and this is oftentimes the story for a lot of brothers. But you don't know how to go about getting it.
Okay.
You know you want it, and you know that you have the ability to do it. But it's about how you're going to go about getting it. And then he meets Risa and falls madly in love. And that's also another story that all of us brothers know about.
Okay.
If you ever need motivation, a woman is great motivation to get your life together.
I would say that. I would say that. No question about it. Tony, we got a couple of fixes there. Can you put the first? Here's the first one. You can see the first one. Now there you are. And who's that gentleman sitting next to you?
That's Ellis. What's his last name? Ellis Williams, and he plays the role of Hambone.
Hambone,
Yes.
Where you been?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Those are some of the first words spoken to him, actually.
How they do it? Mama gonna buy me a diamond ring.
Yeah. August has a way of doing that.
Yes, he does. He
Right.
certainly did. And let's see the next one, sir.
All right. It's me and myself and Monte Russell and Nigel Okoro. Who Monte plays Memphis, the owner of the diner that the whole play takes place in,
Right.
and Nigel plays the one and only employee there.
Yes.
And Risa, who is also the object of Sterling's affection.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Next one. You said affections?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You see. And
There
as
you
can
are.
see,
Yes.
he does get an opportunity to get close to her.
Yes. It's interesting. The whole play was in one scene. It didn't change scenes at all.
Right. Right, but yet you felt the way everything that was going on in the community just from that one space. That's the beauty of August's writing.
Yes, it was.
You know?
So obviously you have a great feeling about Mr. Wolfson.
Indeed. Yeah, I feel like he's one of the first playwrights that I had experienced when I was studying.
That's his picture right there.
Yeah, he's a genius that he was. But he was one of the playwrights that I studied early on, and I really felt like captured the experience of people that I knew. You know, these characters that I knew and gave them full lives to express themselves on stage, and I thought that was incredible. They weren't just characters on the sidelines, but the stories were all about these guys.
Gotcha.
And I love that.
Love that.
Yes.
Indeed. One of the things I loved about the studio was that stage. You were right there in people's faces.
Right.
I mean, as you walk by, the air that you generate when you walk by, I could feel the air.
Right.
I mean, that was nice.
You must have been in the front row.
I was in the front row.
Okay.
But I liked
So you got the full experience.
I got the full experience.
Right.
And when you moved around, because you was moving.
Yeah. That guy, that's what he's looking for something, so you got to keep moving. And I like the intimate experience of being in a theater with 99 seats like that, where the audience is right there.
Yes.
It changes the experience a lot. And I like it because you can really feel the energy of the audience. So you know when they're with you. And when they're really feeling stuff, sometimes that pushes a performance. We had a show a couple nights ago where the audience was so into it, and there's a moment for Sterling where we expect something to happen and it doesn't pan out the way it should, and the audience, I could feel them really, the disappointment in the room. It kind of pushed me as an actor. It pushed me to a space that I hadn't found before.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Like I said, you learn something new every day.
Right. That's the beauty of it.
That's the
That's the beauty of life, though.
Hey,
if
amen.
you pay attention, that's what
What'd
we're
you say?
here
If you
for.
pay attention?
If you pay attention, you learn
Keep going
something
right
every
by.
day.
Yeah,
right.
Didn't get it.
Right.
I'll be blessed. The theater itself, like I said, is very exceptional. And who just made the decision about where this theater would be? I should have asked it.
Yeah, that's definitely a Sophina question. I know that this was a space that she already had a relationship with because she had done King Hedley there. So, and it's a great place. They're very welcoming, and it's just I couldn't imagine doing it anywhere else.
Interesting. Have you ever seen any other Wilson plays?
Oh yes. I've seen. I saw the original Two Trains Running. I saw that, and then I've seen a couple of revivals of that. But I've seen, I think, all of them. I know I've seen all of them at some point. I live in New York, so it's like you can't throw a stone without seeing a play.
Right.
And so I've seen them all. I've seen Viola Davis a couple of times, and a few roles. And of course, I've seen Denzel, Sam Jackson. I've seen. I saw him once or twice, and so I've seen them all. Yeah, I'm a big. August Wilson is the one playwright that I think I've seen every piece.
Yes.
That he's done. Yeah, he and Dominique Morisseau.
Right. Dorian, I'm not going to ask you who do you like better, New York or Los Angeles. I'm not going to ask you.
Well, it depends on the time of year.
Gotcha.
In January, I wouldn't want to be anywhere except here. When that snow melts, New York gives a little more competition.
Yes, Any future projects in line for you?
Yes. Well, like I said, I had the two films coming out
Get me
now.
on that.
Right. Yeah, and I have another film called Truth that is about to start doing the film festival circuit that I'm in as well. So there's a few things happening. I don't have another film. Well, no, I'll talk about that. That's it. Just those.
Something that I won't have to read this. I understand that you dedicate this performance to God.
Right.
to your loving wife, Simone, who's also an actress, and your awesome dog, Charlie.
Right.
Please explain.
Well, that's my family. You know, that's dedicated. It's the long way of saying I dedicate this to my family. You know, I'm a believer and a Christian, so I don't do anything without God first. And so He's the head of my life and the order of my steps. So the simple fact that I was even there was due to God. And then the simple fact that I wake up in the morning and can put one shoe on and the other one on correctly is because of my wife. Right. And because she is an actor as well, a lot of times we spend a lot of time alone, apart rather. Yes. And so my dog is my next best companion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a little schnoodle.
Schnoodle?
Yeah, so he was a little 16-pound tough guy.
16 pounds, shoot, that's
yeah, he's great, so I could travel with him.
Yes.
You know, so I could take him everywhere.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There were a couple other members of the cast you didn't mention them. Can you tell us who some of them were?
Okay. Yeah, so we have Adolphus Ward, who is incredible. I've learned so much from just watching him. He plays the role of Holloway, and he's just, everyone should hire him. Yeah. He's just incredible. So Adolphus Ward. Alex Morris plays the role of West. Okay. And I believe that's all the cast. I hope
because you mentioned about Memphis.
Terrell,
yes.
Can you believe that?
That's all right.
Hey, this is my good friend.
That's all right. These things happen.
Yeah. Playing the role of Wolf is Terrell Tilford. Yes. Playing the role of Wolf, yes. My nemesis.
Yes.
Yeah, but a good friend of mine off stage.
What goes through your mind moments before you step on that stage for the first time?
For this particular character, you know, I try to remember. I think about where he's going right before he comes on stage, where he has been. Mm-hmm. You know, and some days is different. You know, some days I'm coming from the unemployment office. Other days I'm, you know, coming from a job interview. It just depends. Yes. Whatever gives me that energy to bust through the door. You know, but that's what goes in my mind. Generally, that. Yeah, and I try not to think about, or I don't think about the audience or anything like that, because I want to immerse myself completely in the world of the play.
Mm. I noticed that you wear hats, different hats, in those pictures that I've seen of you.
Oh, yeah.
Something about that, you love hats.
Yeah, it's a thing I picked up from my grandfather.
Gotcha.
He was the coolest person to walk the planet as far as I was concerned, and he always had a different hat. And so as a kid, I was like, well, if I want to be cool, I got to wear a hat like Grandpa Snuggie. And I never shook that.
Wow. It is so good to have you come down today and let us know a little bit about this play. As we were told, it leaves here on March the 3rd.
Right. Unfortunately.
That's what day of the week? That's a Sunday?
It's a Sunday.
I believe, okay. All right, well, we're looking forward to it. We thank you very much for stopping by. It gave us some good feelings to know that there's a play in town, and this is Black History Month. We need to go see a good play like this.
Indeed. Yes.
Yes. Did they ever make, to my knowledge, I didn't ever check on this, did they ever make a movie out of this play? Two Trains Running?
No, they did not. There was I believe there was like what a Hallmark, not Hallmark, PBS. They recorded a production of it, a performance of it, and that aired, I think, at one point. Right. But other than that, no, there's not been a film or anything like that.
Because Denzel, he just had fun with fences, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's going to get to this one at some point.
Right,
he's going to do them all.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he's doing the film equivalent of what Sophina's doing on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So August will be honored. We are not getting rid of him no time soon.
No, we sure not. He might not be on this earth walking around, but he left behind
a legacy that is incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's the thing about acting. You guys get a chance to see a script. And do you ever have a chance to modify the script or maybe change a word or two there?
Not with August Wilson, no.
All right.
No, and you wouldn't want to. Why would you want to mess with that?
Thank you.
Who's messing with perfection?
Yeah, thank you.
You know, you see somebody trying to paint on the Mona Lisa right now?
Yeah.
There it is.
Nope. Now, can you one more time, would you please let us know date, place, and time of what's going to happen with the play?
Oh, okay. The play is, once again, Two Trains Running at the Matrix Theater, which is at 7657 Melrose Avenue. And we are running Thursdays through Sunday. Thursdays and Fridays, 8 o'clock performance. Saturdays, we have a 2 o'clock and an 8 o'clock performance. And on Sunday, we have a 2 o'clock performance.
Outstanding, outstanding. Now, you know, when you go to a play, go to a movie, you go there for two reasons, information and entertainment.
Right.
When you come to this place, you're going there for a whole lot of information and history.
Right, and an entire experience.
Yes, indeed.
Right, we want to
Yes,
take you all on a
indeed.
ride.
Yes, indeed. I can't say enough. I've been telling a lot of my friends, hey, please go see it, because we don't get a chance that often to see it. And I want to thank you, what's her name, for giving us this information and being the producer. I forget her name, she's sitting right there.
Sophina.
Sophina
Brown.
To have a chance to see what's happening in the world through his eyes as he saw it.
Right.
Because a lot of us, sometimes when I sit and talk to a lot of young people, young black people, they don't seem to know and understand what happened to us back in those days.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the history.
Right.
And that's part of it. The other part of it I see is they don't want to know the history.
Right, but you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been.
Amen, my brother.
You know?
Amen. 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 Any further things you want to talk about, sir?
No, I think we've covered it all. Just please come see the play.
Come on, because I got something for you.
That's why I wanted to hurry up and get to this part. Thank you.
You'll never be broke, brother.
Never.
You always will have a dime.
I appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thank you both
great.
again for coming here today. Dorian Missick and Sophina Brown, thank you both
All
for
right.
being here. And God bless you both.
God bless you.
You got a real good thing there. And I want to thank all of our sponsors. Where's the information? Oh, there it is. Special thanks to our sponsors. Harvey Brandman Photography is an Art. Ron Irwin's 5150 The Book. Larry Buford's Book to the Future. Time Travel, Message in a Capsule. And State Farm Agent Carla Green. Again, thank you both very much for coming by today. I was going to say come back again if you're ever here in this town. And you have my card. You know how to get in touch with me.
Right on.
See if we can get both of you to come on back again. And thanks for our ever-growing audience. We want to thank you, and we see you the next time.